On the news tonight, state government approves major infrastructure development projects targeted at renewal of Asaba Capital Territory and Warri. Independent National Electoral Commission calls for stricter laws to curb vote buying. Central Bank of Nigeria threatens. Television news at 8. I am Ogaga Ekama. Vice President Kashim Shettima has education to tackle poverty in the region. Senator Shettima stated this during a meeting with the NEDC management at the Presidential Villa Abuja, where they briefed him on the Accelerated Senior Secondary Education Program, ASEP. He commended NEDC for its investment. Lead of the fund, Mr. Nike Babalola, stated this during the opening of a two-day stakeholders meeting in Abuja. The fund plays an important role in addressing challenges within the sector and driving innovation for sustainable development. The Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Sabil Abdullahi, commended NADF for conducting a comprehensive baseline survey and needs assessment study of 16 agricultural research institutes and 17 federal colleges of agriculture across the country. Senator Abdullahi stressed the need to prioritize continuous improvement in the nation's agricultural research capabilities. He noted that the last comprehensive review of Nigeria's agricultural research system was conducted during the tenure of President Shehu Shagari. The minister commended President of the Nigerian Correctional Service, Mr. Sylvester Ndidi, has announced plans to develop an updated criminal database. Mr. Ndidi disclosed this. The Comptroller General, Nigeria Customs Service, Mr. Bashir Adeniyi, has said the launch of Authorized Economic Operator AEO program by the service will enhance trade facilitation across the globe. Mr. Adeniyi said that is during the inauguration of the program in Lagos. He said the evolution in customs business relationships reflected the dynamic nature of international trade and the growing need for secure and efficient supply chains. According to him, AEO, as defined by the World Customs Organization WCO, is a party involved in the international movement of goods. The customs boss said that AEO certification validated the company's commitment to security, compliance and operational excellence in international trade. He said that through the AEO program, certified operators would gain access to streamlined customs procedures and reduced physical inspection. Of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, Professor Ishak Oloyede, has warned that strict penalties will be enforced for underage candidates in the ongoing 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination UTME registration. Speaking to newsmen yesterday while monitoring the registration process at various centers in Lagos, Professor Oloyede revealed that out of the 780,202 candidates registered so far, 11,512 are underage. He noted that while JAMB had initially allowed exceptionally brilliant candidates below 16 years to register, the privilege is now being abused. Professor Oloyede said the registration so far was seamlessly and there were no plans for extension. The Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NITCOM, Dr. Abike Dabiri Erewa, has said the lives of Nigerians, especially the youth, must be protected from exploitation while ensuring that the need to migrate is based on choice and not out of necessity. Dr. Dabiri Erewa stated this during a press briefing by the Association of Recruiter License Placement Agencies of Nigeria, ALPAN, with the theme Effects and Implications of Consistent Irregular Migration in Lagos. She describes the matter as a national concern, calling for collaboration between the private and public sector to address the root causes of irregular migration and dismantle networks of illegal recruiters. The NITCOM boss commended ALPAN for its commitment to tackling irregular migration while reaffirming NITCOM's dedication to working with relevant agencies to promote safe and legal migration pathways. The ALPAN president, Mr. Rex Jacobs, said the event was organized to address endangered the lives of naive Nigerians who were either murdered, duped into trafficking and crime, or imprisoned because of incomplete immigration documents. The ALPAN president called on stakeholders to assist in ending the activities of unlicensed recruiters who he alleged were responsible for the upsurge in cases of irregular migration in the country. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has called on the National Assembly to enact stricter laws prohibiting the possession of large sums of money within polling areas as part of efforts to curb vote buying and other electoral malpractices. Speaking at a consultative meeting with security operatives and the Technical Committee on Electoral Law Amendments in Abuja, INEC's Director of Litigation Office, FCDO, provided a platform for stakeholders to discuss electoral security and legal reforms. The INEC representative noted that politicians often justify carrying large amounts of cash on election day by citing party agent payments and logistical expenses. He warned that unrestricted cash circulation at polling units had fueled vote buying and compromised the integrity of elections. The Commission urged lawmakers to prioritize amendments that
Temporary closure of Otokutu-Okwete Road in Ughelli South and Udu local government areas. It is hereby announced for the information of the public, particularly residents of Plantation City Estates and motorists plying the Otokutu-Okwete Road in Ughelli South and Udu local government areas, that there will be a temporary closure of the Otokutu-Okwete Road from Friday, 14th February 2025. The closure is to make way for unhindered progress in the ongoing construction of the Otokutu-Okwete Road and will last for a short time. Accordingly, residents and motorists plying the aforementioned area are by this announcement advised to make use of the alternative route through Opaka. The Delta State government regrets any inconvenience the closure may cause the residents and motorists of the affected area. Signed, Teresa Diabolico, Director, Public Communication and Functioning Permanent Secretary.
What if upgrading your TV doesn't mean buying a new one? Unbelievable, right? But with the new Airtel Smart Router, you can now watch YouTube on any TV and also get unlimited data for 30 days to stream thrilling Nollywood movies, catch up on football highlights, and keep your kids engaged with edutainment all on YouTube. With the Airtel Smart Router, everyone gets what they love. Get the Smart Router plus unlimited data for 25,000 Naira. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to get yours. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us on the news. As part of efforts to prevent mother-to-child transmission of hepatitis B, selected healthcare facilities in the state have benefited from the donation of bedside refrigerators and 30,000 doses of hepatitis B medication. The intervention is a pilot project by the consortium of the Hepatitis Advocacy Foundation and the Hepatitis B Foundation in collaboration with the State Ministry of Health and the Office of the Wife of the Governor through the UMATA Charity Foundation under the charge of the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Joseph Onujeme.
The founder and team lead of the Hepatitis Advocacy Foundation, Mr. Prince Okinedo, said the intervention aimed to reduce the viral load for pregnant women who have tested positive to the disease and to ensure proper storage and timely uptake of the birth dose for every newborn within their first 24 hours of life.
90% of all transmissions. And so if we're able to close that gap, that gap, we are able to prevent transmission. So that's why we are focusing on this. And through this project, all pregnant positive women who receive hepatitis B, who are screened and then test positive for hepatitis B, they start treatment free of charge.
The Director of Public Health in the Hepatitis Foundation, Dr. Catherine Freeland, who presented the refrigerators and drugs to the facilities alongside officials from the State Ministry of Health, highlighted the impact of hepatitis discrimination and the need for a policy change across the continent.
We're doing this by providing vaccinations and making sure birth dose is administered within the first 24 hours, and then also any positive pregnant woman is receiving tenofovir, which is antiviral therapy or treatment, which can reduce the amount of virus in the body and reduce the likelihood of transmission, and really working to prevent that transmission from happening, so we're projecting future generations.
The beneficiaries expressed their gratitude and pledged to put the items to good use.
To the ICP Foundation and Catherine, who has shown real commitment, because we hope that with this, it's one step forward towards bringing down and completely eliminating this scourge of hepatitis in our society. Thank you very much.
So we're very happy that SAPLE was chosen as one of the centers, by the state government for these pilot projects, and we are going to do our best to make sure the program succeeds, so that the effort of the state government would not be in any way in vain.
The healthcare facilities who have received the intervention so far are the Asaba Specialist Hospital, the Central Hospital SAPLE, the Central Hospital Warri, and the General Hospital Ozoro, while the Central Hospital Agbo will soon take its turn. The hepatitis intervention, tagged Project Stop Hep B, Break the Cycle, Protect the Next Generation, will see all pregnant positive women receiving a 4-month antiviral treatment course at all the facilities, from 7 months into pregnancy through 1 month after delivery, free of charge.
In business, the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) has assured the public that Keystone Bank Limited remains stable and fully operational despite forfeiting the bank's shares to the federal government. The CBN, in a statement issued by its Acting Director of Corporate Communications, Mr. Hakama Ali, acknowledged the concerns of the Keystone Bank's customers over the development. The Apex Bank maintained that there was no cause for alarm, stating that the stability of the banking sector and the safety of depositors' funds remained the regulator's top priorities. The CBN noted that it had been monitoring the bank's operations to ensure compliance with regulatory standards and operational transparency while safeguarding depositors' funds. Customers were encouraged to direct inquiries to Keystone Bank's customer support or visit any of its branches for further clarification. The court ordered forfeiture followed regulatory interventions in Nigeria's banking sector, with the CBN taking steps to strengthen governance and ensure financial system stability. Keystone Bank had earlier announced that it was now fully owned by the federal government of Nigeria following the court's dissolution of its former shareholder Sigma Gulf Nigeria Limited. The bank disclosed this after a judgment by the Lagos State Special Offences Court in National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) has refuted claims that it sells substandard petrol with a high burn rate. In a statement by spokesperson Mr. Olufemi Shoneye, the NNPCL said it was reacting to a viral video claiming that its petrol does not last long in fuel tanks. A video had surfaced online where a content creator claimed he bought a liter of Dangote petrol from MRS was sourced from the Dangote refinery. It added that the misleading video presented yet another desperate attempt by economic saboteurs to misinform the public and tarnish NNPC's reputation, stressing that those engaged in such malicious activities would be held accountable under the law. The energy firm urged the public to disregard any fabricated content and rely on verified sources for accurate information, saying it remained steadfast in its mission to ensure fuel availability, affordability, and quality while maintaining global industry standards. Hezbollah supporters gathered near Beirut International Airport for a third day to protest over a decision to prevent 2 Iranian planes from landing there. Local media reported that security forces fired tear gas to disperse the protesters and that some Lebanese soldiers were injured in scuffles. the Lebanese state of caving to Israeli orders by not allowing Iranian planes to land. Earlier on Saturday, Lebanese Interior Minister Ahmed Al-Hajja said more than 25 people had been arrested under an attack by protesters on Friday on a convoy of United Nations peacekeepers that wounded 2. Hundreds of Palestinians have been freed from Israeli prisons after the release of 3 Israeli captives in Gaza under the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. Appearing in good physical condition, Alexander Trufanov, Sagu Dekelchen, and Yehon have been handed over to the ICRC in Khan Yunis before their transfer to Israel. Hamas issues new statement rejecting U.S. President Donald Trump's proposal to forcibly displace Palestinians. Gaza's health ministry has confirmed 48,239 deaths in Israel's war. 9 people were killed in Israel during the October 7, 2023 attacks, and more than The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has threatened to sanction banks that limit automated teller machines ATM withdrawal to less than 20,000 naira per transaction. The Apex Bank disclosed this in a document addressing concerns over the reviewed fees. Off-site ATMs will attract a charge of 100 naira plus a surcharge of more than 500 naira per 20,000 naira withdrawal. The surcharge, which is an income of the ATM deployer or acquirer, shall be disclosed at the point of withdrawal to the consumer. Implementation of the new charge. Nigeria's oil inputs, including condensate, increased month-on-month by 4% to 1.737 million barrels per day in January 2025 from 1.667 million barrels per day recorded in the preceding month of December 2024. But on year-on-year basis, the nation's oil output, including condensate, increased by 5.7% to 1.737 million barrels per day, 3 million barrels per day in January 2024, according to the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission (NUPRC). This indicates that Nigeria was able to meet the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries (OPEC) target of 1.5 million, but unable to meet the budget 2025 benchmark of 2.06 million barrels per day, which was based